Hello, how are you there? It's good to see you. My name is Ngobani Zondo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about the silent tax that is going on. There's a taxation, a massive taxation that the citizens are going through, but the citizens are not aware because they're not told it is a tax. The taxation is it comes in the form of the government over expenditures. We are told lately that the government has overspent since 2015 $10 billion of budgeted monies. Bear in mind that this overspending does not include the um, the fiscal deficit that was already in place. So this is an extra overspending of 10 billion since 2015. But in 2015, during Robert Mugabe's times, it was $25 million only. 2016, it was 1 billion. And then 2017, we've got 4 billion. 2018, 3 billion. So how about 2019? 10 billion, 7 billion, about 2020, 15 billion. We will see that this number it keeps going up and up and up. And the finance ministry is going to the parliament to ask for a condoning of this over expenditure, which means that they're asking the parliament to legitimize this massive overspending. So when we do not know what the money was spent on, so we are raising it raises eyebrows of looting, massive looting taking place there, and legitimizing of that looting going to happen through parliament. And yeah, and I want to show that this is actually a tax on the citizens, because the budget of the government is all the money that the government collects through taxation, and government spends that money. If the government overspends that money, they actually have to borrow that money from somewhere. And the only place that the government is borrowing this money is from the central bank. So when they are doing that, when they're borrowing money from the central bank, they are, in other terms, forcing the central bank to print money. So when the central bank is printing money, they are causing inflation. So that inflation, in simple terms, I want to speak economic things in simple terms. In simple terms, it means that the money that you have, when they print, the money that you have loses value. So if you had $100, it might go down to 90 or to 80 to 70 to 60 as time goes on because of inflation. So that is a taxation, because at the end of the day, the government can never run out of money. The only way that they can get that money is through printing it. And when they print it, the people who pay it indirectly are those people who are in the country, who've got money in the banks, who've got money in their hands. That money loses value, and that value that is lost is as good as taxation. So one way that the government has figured out to tax the citizens is not coming out and say, okay, pay your taxes. They're saying, okay, it's fine. You don't want to pay your taxes, it's okay. We're just gonna go to the central bank and print money, and through that process of printing money, your money is losing value. And as your money is losing value, it is as good as taxation. And the taxation rate that the government is charging the people is alarming. It is growing by the day, as we are seeing also that the inflation, the monthly inflation rate from last month was 17.7%. Now is at 38.8%, which is a doubling in inflation rate in just 1 month. It's crazy. If it's 38% in November, how about December? It might also double in December and double in January. The annual inflation rate is 547%. Now we're talking about, if I say 547%, which means something that that is $100 today, next year is going to be $647. So, well, which means that prices are going up times six. So with this massive fiscal indiscipline that the government is going through, and this massive debt that the government has, I wouldn't be surprised that of the 10 billion that is an overspend from 2015. In the next coming 1 year, you might have another 10 billion only attributed to 2019-2020 budget. So we are talking about massive hyperinflation that is coming our way. We're talking about, and the people that are going to pay for that are the citizens. I just want that to be clear that as much as the government is looting, they are looting from the citizens, but indirectly. Your money loses value. All that value that the money loses, it goes to the looters. Okay. So when they loot the money, the only way that it appears to you that you have lost money is when the money loses its value. So if looting stops, if there's no looting at all, the money will stop losing its value. Okay. So the money is losing value because the people are looting the value. The few in government that are connected are looting the valuations of the people. So that is a massive taxation going through in the country. And that taxation, the tax, when it is collected, it is actually looted instead of being used for advancing the country. You would think that the government is overspending and things are happening in the economy, or we are seeing infrastructural development, but no, there's nothing that is being improved, but they are still overspending. So they are going to get to a position whereby if they keep on doing this, the inflation rate will be so will be so great that even the 2008, you know, hyperinflation will be nothing. Okay, so I do not know how that is going to end. It might cause a war. It's just too much, you know. Even though they spoke to the IMF earlier this year. IMF said they're gonna help the government not to print cash, but as we can see, there was no figures that were released. It was just talk, because there's nothing on the ground that is showing that the IMF is doing any good with their promise. I think that, yeah, I just choose not to believe what Christine Lagarde was saying, because really, if they were doing anything of value, we would see the economy turning around. But things are getting worse, which means that there's nothing that is going on there. So we are in trouble. We are very much in trouble. So be aware that you are being taxed and your money is losing its value because somebody is printing dollars, and they want to carry on printing dollars. They've got no other way out of it, this situation. Thank you very much.